Hi guys, this is Maverick at ET Gaming. Today I'm going to be showing you my current generation consoles, as well as a couple of things that I picked up over the last 2 weeks that haven't featured on my channel in the previous retro gaming collection video. So we'll start off with the Xbox consoles, so I'll just move that for a moment. And I have here a original launch model Xbox One 500GB. I have that in a bedroom, which I use very rarely. This is actually a replacement. Well, it's not a replacement per se. It's the second one of these that I've had. The first model I had of this I bought in 2015, and I had nothing but disc read problems with it. So I replaced it with this, the 1TB Xbox One S, which I bought about 2.5 years ago now. Now, I quite liked the 4K output on video of the Xbox One S, but I was less than impressed with the games and the resolution of the games. One of the things that I like about the PS4 is the games generally feel like they perform better, but at least back then when you had, say, Xbox One game title and PS4 game title. So although I was happy with the 4K playback, I wasn't so happy with the performance of games. And about 6 months after I bought this one here, I purchased this, the Xbox One X, the 1TB model. This was actually purchased pre-owned for £350. So it's got some scuff marks from the previous owner on here. I've had this unit now about 2 years, and without a doubt, amongst all of these consoles that you see here today, it is by far my favourite console. There's no contest, it's fantastic. I do apologise if you can hear my fan in the background. It is very warm in here, so I'm not going to be able to do this without that fan going off, so I do apologise if the sound isn't superb. Moving on, we have the PS3 Slim model. I think this is the 320GB version. It explains itself really. I bought it about 1.5 years back for about 50 quid, and yeah, there's not really an awful lot to say about it. I do like the PS3, although the 360 was my favourite console, although I was playing a lot of PC at the time. Both of these machines were out, but I did prefer the Xbox 360, which is moving on to here. So this is the E model. I actually bought this again last year, although I do have the old Xbox 360 core model somewhere, which I've had since about 2007. This is merely just an upgrade to a console I already own. So I've always owned a 360, but this is the sort of one that I store my games to, I capture from, and things like that. So yeah. And PS4 Pro. Now, I bought this last year for £170, having first traded in my original launch model PS4. Before the Xbox One X came out, I would have said that the PS4 was my favourite console, but frankly, hands down, the Xbox One X is so much better than the base PS4 and even the PS4 Pro. I do like the PS4 Pro. The graphics quality of games on it are almost as good as the Xbox One X, although you'll find that some games that run at 4K on the Xbox One X don't on the Pro. So really, you've got to decide whether you prefer graphical fidelity. If you prefer graphics above anything else, above, say, like the controller or things like that, then the Xbox version of the games, of enhanced games, is generally the one to get. A recent pickup over here is the PlayStation TV. I've done one video of this on my channel. It's essentially a Vita in a box. I've wanted one for a while. I found one about 1.5 weeks ago or so, and it wasn't particularly cheap. But that is my curiosity satisfied, I guess. I like the Vita as a console. I like the PSTV. There's a lot of stuff that's on the PSTV that's also on the Vita that I can't play because it has some form of motion controls, and as you can see, there's no way this has motion controls. It simply uses a DualShock 3 or DualShock 4 controller connected to the PSTV that's hooked up to your TV. GameCube. Now, I bought this almost at the same time as the PSTV, actually. It's one of my favourite consoles from yesteryear. Again, this was not cheap. This was about 55 quid on its own. And I bought Metroid Prime with it. At some point, there will be videos on my channel of GameCube games. Right now, though, I'm not really... I'm not in a rush to collect GameCube games at the moment. There are a list of games I want for it, but I'm in no major rush, so it might be a little while before you see anything from the GameCube on my channel. The Nintendo Switch. This is one of my favourites. I got this last September, and I really like the fact that it's also getting essentially big console games, Alien Trilogy, Borderlands, things like that. And yeah, it's been quite a favourite of mine. I've put a lot of playtime into the Switch, not as much as my Xbox One X, but I like what it offers. And if you're a gamer on the go, there's nothing else like it, quite frankly. And finally, this is what I use to capture stuff on, the Elgato Game Capture HD. A lot of these consoles do have built-in DVR features. Xbox One, Xbox One S, PS4. Then there are consoles that don't. PS3, 360, PSTV, which was really awkward to actually record from for reasons I won't really go into. And the Switch. The Switch does have a kind of inbuilt DVR, but it's 30 seconds long. So unless you're going to splice clips at 30 seconds long together over and over again, it's effectively useless for the purpose that I use it for. And where there isn't a decent game DVR feature, I use a game capture. If it has a decent DVR feature, I use the inbuilt DVR features. Out of the two consoles, the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, I'd say that the Xbox One X used to trump the features of the PS4's DVR. For some reason, the last few months, I haven't really been able to get 4K recording working, which I don't understand why. I use the same hardware to capture it as I did last year for the 4K stuff, and it's a bit strange. I don't know what's going on there. But since the 4K isn't really working for me, I'd say that the PS4 game DVR's quality is better. The videos just look sharper, and the video file sizes seem to be lower, which is odd considering that the videos look sharper. Usually when a video looks better, it's because the file size is larger because it has more data in it. Yeah, the PS4's game DVR is pretty good. The Xbox One X's DVR is still pretty good, even at 1080p. But I don't know what's going on with that 4K feature. Sometimes I can get it to work, sometimes I can't. Sometimes it'll stop halfway through a game that I'm recording and essentially make the whole lot pointless. I have quite a powerful PC, but it's still quite difficult to edit 4K footage. Splice together clips here and there because it takes quite a while. And yeah, it's bizarre. If Microsoft can get the 4K feature working properly again, fantastic. My vote will swing again to the Xbox One X and its inbuilt DVR. But if you're looking to buy a console specifically for, say, recording games and things like that, then their PS4 has better DVR features currently. I mean, again, it may just be my console, but I can't see how that's possible. But the Xbox One has a higher graphical fidelity. The enhanced 4K games, some games that run on the PS4 Pro do so at around 1440p, whereas on the Xbox One X they run at 4K, which is fantastic, but varies game by game. Anyway, this is my current collection that I wanted to show you. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you like it, please do feel free to leave me a like, and thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye bye.